You guys had a lot of momentum carrying into halftime. What changed in the second half from what they were doing that made things more difficult?
Well, we kind of stopped getting everybody involved as much as we did in the first half. I feel like it was kind of stagnant. And if we would have been getting everybody involved more consistently, the flow would have been better.
Swaying away from this game, we got you all have your final game on Saturday. What's some of the key, some of the abilities you guys are going to improve for that going to tonight, going to Saturday for your last game?
I think just like following the game plan, like going into game, like I mean we have like 25 alumni coming back, so we're gonna just try to play our last game like our hardest and just finish the season out.
Yeah, make sure the seniors are having fun.
It's a big game.
Yeah, just as from the Post, so you kind of talked about like getting everyone involved, Jaya. How did kind of getting to the basket open up more like shots for everyone outside? Like, was it more of a complimentary game, or how did you guys work off of that?
I mean, once you drive and people know you're a driver, everybody kind of sucks in. And Kailah does a good job of responding every time. So we just kind of clicked this game and other games.
Anything else? All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
In the second quarter, what did that change strategically for you guys that made things different, I guess, going forward?
I think it put a lot of pressure on Cass and Aja and Kailah, and I thought they did a really nice job responding. I thought they came in and gave us really good minutes, and it's always tough to come off the bench. You don't know when your number's going to be called. You warm up with the team, and then you sit there for an undisclosed amount of time and try to come in and be ready to do your job. And I think once Abby went down, we were hopeful at halftime we might get a good report, and your heart goes out to Abby for everything she's done for the program and everything she's done to get back to play this year, and then for her to potentially end her career today like that is heartbreaking. She met with the doctor at halftime and met with Paige and did everything she could to get back out on the game, and just couldn't do it. And as I mentioned, kudos to Aja and Cass and Kailah. I thought they stepped up and did a good job.
Aiden Brooker from WAB. Swaying away from this game, going to the last game for Saturday. What's this game for Saturday going to mean for these seniors going into this game?
I mean, we're going to try to win, which isn't any different than the previous 27, 8 games. It's unique in that you have a chance to finish the season with a win, which I've never done here. That's kind of a unique opportunity, and you hope that you can do that for your seniors, and you always keep coaching, and you always keep playing, you always keep trying to get better, and you hope that it's a building block and it's an experience. It'll be an experience for our seniors. It'll be an experience for our young kids. You just hope that you can make it as the best experience possible.
Yeah, just from the Post. Jasmine, Jaya, and Yaya obviously got off to a really good start in the first half. Miami switched to a zone in the second half, kind of stifled the defense in the third quarter. How did that really just kind of throw off the momentum a little bit and kind of stagnate out the offense a little bit?
Yeah, I thought they did a good job in their 1-2-2 and kind of changed up how we were attacking them. For us, the ball just kind of stuck a little bit. We couldn't quite get it moving. And it's unique because I think they're the only team in our league that plays a 1-2-2, so it's not something that you see every night. But I thought once we got settled down, we did a good job. It took us a couple possessions, and unfortunately, we weren't getting stops at the other end during those possessions, so it looked really bad. It was a bad 2.5 minutes of basketball. But then I thought we did a good job of kind of gathering ourselves and getting our bearings and getting back to what we wanted to do with it.
Eli kind of talked about how the offense was a little bit stagnant it seemed like Yaya was kind of like the driving force. Would you like to see other players kind of get more involved in the closing stretches of that game offensively?
Yeah, sure. That'd be cool. Yaya's a phenomenal basketball player. She's really good at creating shots for not only herself but her teammates. She's a very unselfish basketball player. And I think at times our other players did do that. And, trying to figure out that continuity between her doing it and her teammates doing it and, executing, which I thought it feels like offense wasn't great, but the bigger problem was we just couldn't get stops down the stretch. Just gave up too many points in the second half. But the offense was stagnant in that middle third quarter a little bit. And then we obviously had a couple empty possessions to end the game, so that kind of sticks in your mind. But I think collectively as a team they're doing a nice job. I didn't see the final number, but I know in the first half we had 9 assists and 4 turnovers. So the ball was moving, getting people involved and getting good shots. And obviously wasn't as good in the second half, but I think there's a unique balance between giving Yaya space and working in some more team concepts.
Any last thoughts, guys?
Yeah, without diving too deep into it, it kind of seemed like the officiating on both sides was really just kind of throwing a wrench on OU's and Miami's plans. How does that kind of put stress not only on the defense but on the offensive side of the ball as well?
I mean, you have to, as a college basketball player, you have to focus on the things that you can control, and you can't control officiating. And whether you think the officiating is good or bad is irrelevant. And generally, the officiating is an easy out, right? And you got to fight that, whether you think it was a good call or not. If it went against your team, you probably think it's a bad call. When you watch the tape tomorrow, you're going to realize, oh, that wasn't as bad as I thought. Then you're going to realize, oh, that we kind of got a call there, right? And those guys are out there trying their best. They're professionals. That is their job, is to be good officials, and they're trying their best. And you have to just fight that. And the problem is that we grow up as kids yelling at officials. We listen to our dads or moms or grandpas or grandmas or aunts or uncles yelling. Everybody wants. That's easy. That's the low-hanging fruit, right? Is to say, boy, the officials did this, officials did that. You know what I mean? As a Cleveland Guardian, former Indians fan, when they stopped the World Series for sprinkles, right? It's easy to say, gosh, that's a terrible decision. The officials cost us a World Series, blah, 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 blah. But they didn't. We did. Or I didn't. I didn't have anything to do with that loss, thank God. I have enough problems with losses. But that was the Cubs made plays. Cubs got hits. Cleveland did not. And they won in the 10th. And you got to fight that with anything in life. I mean, there's a low-hanging excuse that you got to be able to look beyond and have some. You just got to be honest with yourself about it. Yep.
Samuel closes out.
What was your overall message to the team after this game?
Oh, I don't know if I want to tell you. The general message was that I thought they played with great energy and effort, and the last couple games our second half defense just hasn't been as good as it's needed to be, and I thought, I was so proud of the way that we played the first half with the energy, and we're still learning to kind of deal with other teams' runs and feeling sad, and it's a hard thing to do. It's just really, really hard. And the reason it's so hard is that they care so much. It's easy to get over a bad call when you don't care, or a kid making a shot when you don't care. But when you care, it just hurts just a little bit more. And we're still trying to learn and grow how to handle that disappointment, and then move on to the next play. And I mean, I've been coaching for a long time, and I've coached that for a long time. It's very, very difficult to do. And I didn't think we did a great job responding to a couple of those runs, and so we did. Then we got, I applauded those kids that kind of got us over the hump and kind of got us back in the game again. And just challenge them. Because for many of them, I'm not going to have this, like, after Saturday, I'm not going to see these kids every day. And so you have a finite amount of time to make an impression on a young kid. And I guess my message, I don't know that you guys may disagree, but, like, life only gets harder. It might get better, but it doesn't get any easier. And I'm not suggesting what they're doing now is easy, but life is pretty good when you're a Division I college athlete at Ohio. Like, it's pretty good. It's hard, but there's a lot of things that are a heck of a lot harder. And just kind of having that perseverance so that when shit hits the fan when you're 25, you have something you can lean on. That was the gist of the message. And we kind of talked about that throughout the week, but that was kind of reiterated after the game.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep. Thank you.